Yo YouTube, back with another video. We're gonna switch it up. I'm not live today. I actually feel peaceful, bro, when I'm not live. I'm not gonna lie. I want y'all niggas to join the live, bro, but god damn, boy, I be tired, bro. I don't think nobody has ever told me, like, I wish somebody would told me how, like, it feels to be live, like, a lot, bro. Cause like, even though I don't think I do it on a big scale, like you know, your average streamer or whatever like that. Cause I know niggas do about like 5 or something like that. But even me doing like, I say, nah, I done like 5. But I done like 2 to 3, bro. Even then, bro, that shit be biting, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I could do it, but man, it be biting sometimes. But fuck all that. Today we're gonna talk about the little HANTAVIRUS. I hope YouTube doesn't act weird towards me because of this. I know how they get about like some of this shit, but I want to know more about what's going on. So today we're gonna get into the vid, to get into these HANTAVIRUS vids and see what they talking about. And before we do that, y'all know what to do: like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And let's get into it. All right, let's see what this nigga talking about. It's a short.
Fact or fiction, hantavirus. Hantavirus is the next COVID. It's really important to understand the transmission differences between coronavirus and hantavirus.
Damn, why is shit so bright? Hold up, let me leave out of his jump. Why is John so bright? Let me go to something else. I don't know why his jump that bright. Oh, this nigga is crazy.
What the fuck is hantavirus? Apparently the newest cruise package is unlimited buffet, ocean views, and mysterious fucking diseases. Hantavirus is a nasty-ass virus spread through rat and mouse piss, shit, and saliva. After those droppings dry up, the virus can become airborne, and you can literally breathe it straight into your lungs. At first it feels like the flu, fever, headaches, muscle pain. Then your lungs start filling with fluid, and suddenly breathing feels like you're inhaling through a wet fucking sock. And the scary part? Healthy people can crash fast. So maybe if your vacation destination has more rodent shit than room service, leave. Follow Dr. Pickle for more about your fucked up body. What?
I fuck with Dr. Pickle. Dr. Pickle be straight up. I'm liking that. Well, that's a fucked up thing. So it deals with rats and shit. Hold on, I gotta see somebody else. Oh, dang, it's true. Bro, see, I want to watch AB Fox. Let's see. All right, let's see what they talking about.
Health officials in 5 states across the United States are now keeping a very close eye on passengers.
Hold up. Hold the fuck. Hold up. I think I heard this. Hold up. Nigga. If y'all don't know, I live in Georgia. VA, what is that? Valdosta? Venezuela? Wait, what is VA? I don't know what VA is. Texas. Damn. Arizona, Cali. Damn. What's up with it again? Like, I don't know. The fuck? Alright, bro.
Who have now returned from that cruise that turned deadly from the hantavirus. The outbreak.
Wait, so hold up. That means he talking about rat piss and all that, Mr. Pickle. How the hell it was rats on a boat? On a ship? That's crazy. It probably is too, now I think about it, because the way them shits be docked, like they set up and then they throwing away a lot of waste and they going right back on the road, and then they stop at islands and shit. And that's not hard to believe, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. All right, let's see what they say. Let's see what they say.
Rare virus has killed 3 passengers aboard that ship. It is not all that rare around the world, but it is in the United States. Several others are reportedly sick from that cruise. Now the ship is headed for the Canary Islands and for a full evacuation, potentially in Spain, is what we're being told. Greg Palcott has more, but before we come to you, Greg, I just want to say...
Wait, they going somewhere else and they finna stay there? Why don't they just park the boat somewhere? Can't they park the boat and just come out there with like seamen, whoa, shit, pause. Niggas who on little boats and then they do the thing, conveyor or whatever, and give them food and supplies. You know what I'm talking about? If y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I think I'm live, nigga. All right, yeah, but yeah, I think, or they probably just land in there. They probably land in there.
And for a full evacuation, potentially in Spain, is what we're being told. Greg Palcott has more, but before we come to you, Greg, I just want to say Dr. Mark Siegel is here. He's on with the WHO.
Isn't it geek?
Now, and authorities in Netherlands and what they're telling us. So while you are reporting, we're going to scoop this up. Take it away.
Roger that, Harris. Yeah, it is a multi-pronged global operation dealing with this latest health concern. The Dutch cruise ship tainted by that hantavirus with some 150 passengers and crew on board is nearing the end of its weeks-long voyage and maybe the most critical stage on Sunday.
Weeks? Damn. So that mean like, damn, even if you ain't infected, you technically gonna probably be, you got some. Cause you been on there for about weeks, but you surrounded by other niggas that got that shit, bro. Damn. I always thought, no offense, and I'm gonna go back to it, and I know this might be a little childish. I don't give a fuck. But I always wanted, like when you have fun on the cruise, bro, that shit be lit, bro. Like it do be lit. I always thought like it would be cool to be stuck out in the sea for a little bit. Not too long, and not no crazy shit, just being stuck out there for a little bit. But damn, like imagine you got stuck out there and you had a good time, and then you hear a rat virus going around. Man, I'm swimming. I'm probably swimming. I ain't gonna lie. Or I'm just gonna lock myself in a little cabin or whatever. But damn, man.
Be dropping anchor off Tenerife in the Spanish Canary Islands, where passengers from a few dozen countries, including 17 from the States, will be transferred on land to airplanes very carefully to bring them home. U.S. among the other countries providing its own aircraft. 3 people have died. Several have fallen ill on board the ship, confirmed or suspected hantavirus cases, at least one new one. What's made things more complicated is those few dozen people, including at least 6 Americans, who had gotten off the ship before the hantavirus had been suspected, and they've had to be tracked down and traced down. The latest theory is that a person was exposed to rodent droppings before getting on the ship. That's how you catch it. This particular strain of hantavirus can also be spread by very close contact between people. There is no cure. Symptoms are fever, respiratory distress, sometimes death, but again, that's worst case. Since officials have nailed down the disease, they've kept the passengers on board pretty much in isolation.
Wait, so this is from rat shit? Bro, that's all I'm saying, bro. If it is, bro, that means it was a nasty nigga that got close enough. I know they saying it's airborne. It's probably airborne after it became a disease with humans. But some nasty ass nigga probably played around with some rat shit or something. I'm calling it, bro. It's always, I think with viruses, it's a few things. I got a few theories. I probably can't say them all because, you know. But one, I think there's things at play. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's one. And 2, I do think there's some nasty ass niggas that do too much with rodents, with animals and shit like that. So, damn, man. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta hear more. I know I keep yapping because I'm just like really trying. I don't know. It's hard to wrap my head around it because if we got COVID again, like another COVID lockdown again, bro. That's gonna be crazy, bro. I don't know if it'll go down like last time. Now niggas, like, they ain't going probably. Niggas gonna be outside regardless, bro. But damn. Especially summer right around the corner. Shit. All right. Let's see what we're talking about.
Once they arrive at their destination.
All right, wait. What symptoms they got?
Distress, sometimes death, but again, that's worst case. Since officials have nailed down the disease, they've kept the passengers on board pretty much in isolation. Once they arrive at their destination, they'll be asked to quarantine for several weeks. There's as much as an 8-week incubation period. But right now, no one on board the ship is indicating any symptoms, and officials are downplaying the risk. Take a listen.
The risk remains absolutely low. This is not a new COVID.
The CDC has classified this outbreak as level.
Man, show that clip. Show that clip for a nigga say it's low. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, nigga, you named all that shit. That's something. That's something.
Pre-emergency response. That is the lowest level of emergency activation. Let's keep it that way. Back to you.
Amen to that. Greg Palcott, great reporting as always. Thank you. Dr. Mark Siegel, Fox News senior medical analyst, NYU Langone professor of medicine and author of the brand new best-selling The Miracles Among Us. It sounds like this has some daylight with it, though. So I know you've been on the phone with the WHO, and via the Netherlands authorities, we have found out that the flight attendant who was exposed to one of the people who died, who was on the ship, that person now has tested negative. Now, what we knew just a few hours ago is that that person had mild symptoms. What's the latest?
So that she is testing negative, that's what the WHO is reporting. The WHO, and by them I mean Maria von Kerkhove, who's the head of pandemic and epidemic preparedness for the WHO. She's one of the top infectious disease experts in the world. She's saying, to update some of what Greg's saying, is that the Andes strain, which this is a 1 to 6 week intubation period, not 8 weeks for this strain.
Good news.
Good news. Also, they're standing behind the story that the woman got it on April 1st when she was bird watching from a rodent, and then bring it onto the boat, and all 8 passengers are human-to-human contact. But again, it's very rare. Studies have shown 1% risk of human-to-human contact causing a hantavirus spread. So I said to the WHO, what are the chances that this thing mutated? They said early studies of this virus are showing no change. They got to do a full genetic analysis, but it looks like the same virus.
All right, let's break that down. So a 1% chance normally. This is way above 1% if it's going person to person after one woman got it from a rat.
Agreed.
So, but what you're saying is it probably begins to slow down or stops there because it's not mutating to become something that's more airborne.
Well, if that's A. B.
All right, how it spreads through affected rodents, urine, saliva, or feces, touching objects with the virus on it, close contact with a person who has it. Okay. Headache, fever, muscle aches, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, cough, chest pain, difficulty breathing. Okay. All right. So they saying it's not that bad. We seeing this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't give a fuck if it's a new virus. Let's not take that risk. I think they should keep doing their studies. I don't think we should watch this whole video because I know how these bigger platforms get. But hold on, let's see the last little shit he's saying.
It's not you and me. It's very confined quarters. It's easy for things to spread on a cruise ship, and it's 17% if it's sexual contact. So that explains why the couple gets it. So in other words,
Okay, yeah, those who's perished.
Okay, yeah, because they probably swapping spit and shit.
Look, off the coast of West Africa, the Spanish Canary Islands, I had asked the question, do they have what they need in the islands? Does Europe, does Spain, who helps to get the materials there? Because what you told me off camera was when those people pull in with that ship, if they're going to take them off that ship, they have to be quarantined.
and they're going to be looked at, examined, and a history taken before they take them off the ship. WHO has sent 2,500 test kits around, and the European CDC, the equivalent of our CDC, is right there on the Canary Islands to figure out whether there's symptoms, whether there's risk, what the exposure is, and then they will continue to quarantine them for at least that 6-week period.
You were relieved when you first heard that flight attendant didn't get it from close quarters. By the way, the patient that she was close to, that flight attendant and potentially the whole flight staff, was taken off the flight eventually. So the passengers didn't get that long term because she was so sick she couldn't fly.
And that's also, by the way, a great precaution. And the viewers need to know, Harris and I talk about this off camera all the time. She's incredibly tuned in and brilliant on the second. When you hear that everybody's reacting or overreacting or being careful, that's what we need to be.
Right. And we've learned some lessons. But this is not COVID.
This is not COVID. This is very, very, very difficult to spread human to human. You said very few cases in the Americas. We're talking about 150 or so cases in all of North and South America per year of hantavirus, and much less of that of the Andes strain. The Andes strain is one we're keeping a careful eye on. One final point, U.S. Army Infectious Disease Research, and you're, as you know, a big Army advocate, they are making an antibody to this.
So they're
making an antibody, so we're going to be able to use that soon.
I'll bring you back. I'm feeling optimistic now and praying for those people as they're monitored.
Same.
Dr. Siegel, thank you. Outnumbered next. Be sure to like.
Okay, well, damn, we watched the whole vid. Well, I think I know all I need to know. So it's not that serious from what they saying. But I ain't gonna cap, bro. I just don't want COVID again, bro. But I'm not gonna lie. Not the virus. I never had that. At least I don't think so. No, I never had that. Because I remember, though, like, I'm gonna be honest, around COVID time, I got sick one time for real. And I just was, like, so tired, though. And I wouldn't say I had the symptoms of where, you couldn't smell and taste. I was straight, but I really was like, I couldn't get up type shit. But then I was straight, like, after 3 days. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't think this shit is, like, that deep. I'm be honest. Like, now, I was gonna say that it wasn't that deep, but no, I think they still need to be contained, and I don't think they should be all willy nilly. They should be anything that's a new type of strain or something needs to be studied for a good minute. And I'm gonna be honest, they said 6 weeks. What is 6 weeks? Is that a month? Yeah, probably like a month, a few months, probably like a month or two. Yeah, probably like 2 months. That's pretty good enough. Yeah, 2 months you should get enough info. But yeah, that'll wrap that up. Yeah, I just want to see this real quick. And for all y'all niggas that's been subscribing, liking, watching all the new content, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what to do. We got more to come. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. And I'll see y'all in the next one.